Greetings to all my brothers and sisters all around the world who are followers of William Branham, and to my brothers and sisters at Third Exodus Assembly in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in Trinidad and Tobago. It's really a joy and a pleasure being out here in nature and reaching out to you. And also not forgetting all the Christians around the world and all black people around the world. I'm reaching out to you to get you to become more sensitive, or to sensitize you, or to get you to think. What I'm doing here is I'm not doing this to boast or brag or doing it from any form of ego, but I'm doing it so you could sit and you could really think, and that you can question me, because some people just don't ask the right question. Like this Christian guy from Faith Temple who was all in my face. He just wouldn't ask me the right questions, and when his daughter started asking me questions that make sense and for me to answer, he was getting ratty with his daughter. He literally was like to beat up. But anyway, that beside the point, and I want to let that brother know that I love him very much, and I know someday he will become my disciple, and I know that for true. I know that is the truth. Okay? Now, what I want to talk to you about today is, what is the virgin birth? Because it have men and women going to church and saying that you must be born again. So, a woman is saying that she need to be born again. A man is saying he need to be born again. Okay? Now, let's examine the scriptures for a little while. Knowing that the scriptures, the way I know it, after coming to my enlightenment, that it is not secular history, it is salvation story, it is our own biography, and it must be interpreted psychologically, because everything is mental, and so on. Now let's look at Isaiah 7:14 that says, "Behold, I give you a sign. A virgin shall conceive." Okay? So it was a sign. Okay? And a virgin. And let us see who's a virgin. A virgin, basically, as we've been told, is a woman who have never gone with a man. Right? And basically, a woman is really just a symbol of the feminine energy. And whatever you sow in a woman, she will bring back. Whatever you sow in Mother Earth will bring back. And whatever you sow in your mind, you will bring back. Oh, it just feel good. So basically, if you have any common sense at all, you will see there's a feminine side about you, whether you're a man or a woman, because whatever you sow in your mind, you're going to bring back. And every seed and every species will always reproduce back after its own kind. And also, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay? Now, let us look at Isaiah 7:14 and St. John 3. Because everybody loves John 3:16, eh? So here we see a drama. And remember, all these drama take place within man, not outside of man, but within man. And we see they speak here about the Christ. And who is the Christ? The Christ is the man in whom God awakes. And really and truly, let me say this, that he has awakened in me. That's how I come to my enlightenment. I became invisible. I've entered into the world of spirit. I've witnessed the resurrection. Okay? Now, and here, Jesus and Nicodemus, let me put it that way so you can understand it even much better. And Jesus was saying to Nicodemus, you must be born again. Now, let me use those two symbols and show you what he's saying. Here is an enlightened man, or enlightened being, or the state of consciousness, or the highest state of consciousness that one will come to, or the ninth power, which is the highest power. Okay? Because there's no number higher than 9. And here is the symbol of the religious consciousness, or a religious mentality called Nicodemus. Nicodemus is not a man that existed 1,000 years ago. It's a religious state of consciousness, a religious state of mind it is speaking about. And here's one having a religious state of mind, right? And here's the enlightened one who have experienced the true birth. And here he's telling of the story of the true birth. And he's showing you that there is two portals. But one portal has no opening. Because what most people know as believe the vagina to be is not really what the vagina is. The vagina is the portal itself, is the vagina. The two outer parts is the labia. And the part above, where there's the pubic hair, is the mount of Venus. It's called the mount of Venus. So basically the vagina is the portal. It's the portal of which we come out. And when you come out of that portal, you come into the world of the visible. But when you come from this portal, which you can't see no opening, and the sperm, when it goes up into the woman, the egg has no opening, but the sperm finds itself in the egg, and there's fertilization. Scientists can't discover that. Because God really and truly is our own human imagination. It imagines itself into the egg. And that is how you will imagine yourself. Right? To get out of your skull. Okay? And not until it happened to you and you realize that a man can literally give birth. But it is a spiritual birth. It is not a physical birth as a woman give from below. So basically, when I had my immaculate conception, which is a birth outside of sex, okay, that's why in John 3 it says that you must be born of the water and born of the spirit. Because when you're born of the water is when your mother water back first have to bust for you to come out in the physical realm, the realm of the five senses. But to come to the realm of the six senses and to go into higher state of consciousness and higher dimension and higher understanding of life. You understand? When you come to that birth, it is spirit. So you become one with the wind. That's why in same John she said, when the wind blows on, you don't know. You don't know where side it's coming from and all of that. You can only feel it. But you can't see it. It is speaking about the invisible world. It is speaking about the birth from above. So basically it was teaching you that there's two ways of giving birth. So what they did to enslave black people is to have black people to focus on one birth, which is the birth from below. That's why they grab the story of the Virgin Mary, which is not true. And end up worshipping a white idol, worshipping the white man as God. And when they do that, they're actually fulfilling St. John 1, which says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and so on, and say. And then in verse 3 said that, and we thought by him all things was made, and we thought him there wasn't anything made that was made. Now, everything that has already been made was made by the human imagination. And everything that is ever going to be made will be made by the human imagination. So then when you accept a literal child coming from a white woman womb, black people literally giving the white man the right to rule over them and to be their slave masters. But they do not realize that is what they're doing. So it is not really actually happening psychologically. Right? So it is not a physical slavery. It is a mental slavery. But many who want to also quote Bob Marley and all of this and talk about mental slavery, they do not understand it because they never really have the experience of exiting from the skull. But here is a black brother who have had the experience, because I am your messenger. I have been sent to you to tell you these things. And I am not bragging, I am not boasting. And it's not just me alone. There's another person, because there's all be a twin. There's another black brother. Okay? And the white man had their time. And this is our time. So, wake up, black people, and realize the real immaculate conception, the real virgin birth is from the skull and not from down here. Okay? With that being said, I think you get the picture. I think you understand. If what I'm doing here is of any benefit to you. I'm speaking to people who is being benefited from what I am saying. People who are willing to put their imagination to the test, whether they want a job, man, not even so much job. Get your own job. Find what is your talent, whatever gift you have inside of you, and become an entrepreneur, whatever. Think big, dream big, real big. The white man who dream of owning a whole fleet of jet, tow a ship, and employ your black ass to scrub pots and pans. And remember, when I use words like ass and all of these things, remember there's no curse word there. Don't make nobody fool about bad word and dirty word. Get rid of all them stupid Christian philosophy foolishness. Okay? Get rid of them things. There's nothing as no bad word. It's just expression. Okay? I'm not yet damning anybody. I think if there's any curse word, it's damn. If you damn somebody, because damn mean curse. You know what I'm saying? Everybody try to put a curse on somebody. Okay? So if it's of benefit, you can subscribe. You can like, you can dislike. Feel free to comment. And if there's anything you'd like me to speak on, you can recommend for me to speak on it. Okay, with all of that being said, I want to thank you very much. I want to say I love you and peace, black people.